There is one major change I made to my brows last year, which made them grow thicker and fuller. I stopped using brow gels like this. So brow gels, I used to use these pretty much every single day for years, and I stopped last year. The reason I stopped using brow gels last year is because many of them contain alcohol, and alcohol gives your brows that hold, but they can really dry out the hairs, make them really brittle and more prone to breakage. So the first major change was that I stopped using a brow gel routinely, especially ones that contain alcohol, and I did a few things instead. So I very rarely on occasion wear any brow gels, but if I do, I make sure I find one that doesn't have too much of a hold, and I also make sure that it does not contain any alcohol. So if you want to make your brows look fuller, what can you do? So I think that using a brow pencil or a brow powder is much better than using a gel with pigment in it. The reason is that these pencils actually don't affect the hair follicles themselves or clog them up. It's really just enhancing the look of your brows without affecting the hair growth. So I tend to like using a powder or a pencil wherever I need to fill in some spaces. And I skip the pigment gels altogether. I also feel like very gently brushing your brows upwards can make them look fuller as well. This is a step that should not be skipped. I also think less is more. When you're trying to grow out your brows or make them look fuller, just don't get them done as much. So avoid the very frequent waxing or threading. Instead, just pluck the hairs only that are necessary. The truth is, nobody's looking really closely at your face. Now, there are some ways to enhance the growth of the eyebrow hairs themselves. You could choose a serum with peptides that's going to really nourish the hairs and help them grow. This is an off-label indication, but Rogaine can be very precisely used on the brow area to also enhance the hair growth as well. But if you are thinking about the topical minoxidil option or Rogaine, I would talk to a derm directly first before you try it at home. So overall, less is more, especially if you are trying to grow out your brows. And please do not use brow gels with alcohol in them.